Hello again, Tabletop Warriors, and welcome back to the Plague Den. Finally, my name's Tony. This is my continuing video series where we explore the 40k universe one model at a time. If you're new to this channel, welcome, and please consider subscribing for more videos just like this. Today we're going to talk about the Prince, and I don't mean Prince Charming, and we're going to go right at it. Today's model, one of my favorite characters on the battlefield. He's a beast in combat, and he is the Demon Prince of Nurgle. Now, there's a couple of different princes. Don't use the Demon's Prince. Don't use the Chaos Space Marines Prince. You want the Demon Prince of Nurgle. He's the one that gets all the extras. I'm going to give you 5 tactics and tips on how to use him in your Death Guard army, and we will be right back. Number 1 is going to be the points. He is 156 points as a standalone model, 180 points with the wings. I like to refer to him as just 180 points. There is absolutely no reason why you should not be taking the wings with this guy. First off, depending on who you put him with, he can move really fast, he can jump around the battlefield, he can give his buff out to different units and different characters on the battlefield. You want this guy to be mobile. You want him to be able to get to where he needs to be to intercept that character or attack that unit or whatever the case may be, and you don't want him on foot slogging up the battlefield. So wings are a must. At 180 points for an HQ unit, he's really good. I'd also recommend thinking about making him your Warlord. The Warlord trait with him is really good as well. So, like I said, points, 180 points with the wings, that's the way you should be doing it. Number 2, let's talk about his weapons. Your choices are the sword, the Hellforged sword, the demonic axe, or the malefic talons. I have my dude built from old school 5th edition right here. He's got the sword. I count these as the talons. I just haven't changed it, so that's what I roll with is Hellforged sword and malefic talons. You can split the attacks between the two. You do get the extra attack with the malefic talons, but the Hellforged sword does 1 damage. I think it makes him a little bit more capable of intercepting different things and a little more flexible when you're putting him in front of different characters and different units, so you can use the Hellforged sword or the malefic talons. If you do give him 2 sets of malefic talons, you do get that extra 3 attacks. You get 1 attack for 1 set, an extra 3 attacks for 2 sets, but you're giving up a little bit of damage in the 2. You only get 2 damages compared to the 3 damage. Now, for me, the demonic axe is right out. First off, you lose the 1 on your roll, and it's just not as good as the Hellforged sword or the talons. Yes, it is -3 AP. I just don't think that it's as good of an option. So really, your only 2 options in my book is either a set of malefic talons or split them like I do. Both of my Demon Princes are split with talons and sword. 1, because I like the flexibility. 2, because I'm lazy and I haven't remodeled them since 5th edition, and that's the way they've been, and that's the way they're going to stay because I like the way they are. I like the look of them having the giant sword. But you feel free to model them however you want. If you really like the malefic talons, one thing to note is too, you can give him the plague weapon. It automatically hits, although he doesn't get the inexorable advance. It still automatically hits, but with the weapon, the ranged weapon, you're giving up some, obviously, of your killy ability in combat. So he does have option to a ranged weapon. It is a plague weapon. It automatically hits, but you're giving up some killy by giving up some of those options. So I wouldn't recommend it. Demon Princes do what they want to do. They want to be in combat. They want to be killing people. They don't want to be sitting in the back shooting. But that's entirely up to you. My advice, malefic talons or Hellforged sword. All right, so number 3, we're going to talk about his unbelievable killy stats. 2+ weapon skill, 2+ ballistic skill, strength 7, toughness 6, 8 wounds, 4 attacks, 10 leadership. He's got a 3+ save. He's got the 5+ invul. He's got death to the false emperor. He's got disgustingly resilient. He's got reroll of 1s for units, Death Guard units within 6 inches. He is a beast. 4 attacks, and each of those attacks are doing 2 or 3 damage. If you take the malefic talons, you're doing the 5 attacks. If you take 2 sets, you got up to 7 attacks at 2 damage apiece. I mean, he can really roll out wounds. So there's his stats. I do recommend he is a great unit as your HQ or your Warlord. His stats are unbelievable. I mean, just the 8 wounds alone and the toughness 6 and the strength 7 makes him a beast. Number 4. All right, let's talk about some of the items. Let's talk about the Warlord trait if you decide to do them, and the items that I would give him. First off, the Warlord trait, it's Arch Contaminator. I really don't believe there's another one. The argument can be made for the Revoltingly Resilient, but I really think it's Arch Contaminator. If you put this guy with your folded blow drones, if you have 2 or 3 folded blow drones, they're all moving a large distance. The blow drones automatically hit, and with the Arch Contaminator, he gets to reroll. They get to reroll all their wounds if he's within the 7 inches. He is really good at doing that. He moves well with them. He can come in and attack and mop up. They can shoot from the ranged position, take it down, whatever the case may be, and he can roll in and mop up whatever's left over. So the Arch Contaminator for him, and just kind of moving him around with the wings and keeping him in position to give as much support to your plague weapons as possible, is really the key to go with him. I mean, you can do the Revolting Resilient if you really want him to stay alive a little bit better, but I think the pros outweigh the cons when it comes to actually re-rolling all the wounds for your plague weapons within 7 inches. The other thing I would go with is the Vagaris Helm, because it extends your aura on the 7 inches out to 10 inches, put him in the middle of everything, and all of a sudden you've got something that everybody wants to stay away from because he's such a beast, but he's in the middle of everything, and he's giving 10-inch Arc Contaminator, reroll all your plague weapon wounds that most of them automatically hit anyway. I mean, he can really make your synergy in your army work very well. So there you go. Vagaris Helm and Arch Contaminator was what I would go with. Revolting Resilient is pretty good. Also, the Separating Plate is good if you really think all you're going to do is just keep him in combat with other characters. That makes a big difference. That Separating Plate is really good if he's doing all combat, mostly with characters. But if you're using him as a basis for your army and your Warlord and trying to get the most synergy out of him, Vagaris Helm and Arc Contaminator is the way to go. Last but not least, let's not forget that he is a Psyker. The only really one that I would give him is the Miasma of Pestilence. It allows you to give him the -1 to himself or to some other units around. It's a really good buff, -1 to hit. You want to keep him alive until you can get into range, whatever you need to do. He does move all those inches with wings, so just keeping him alive is good. I think the best all-around one to give him is the Miasma of Pestilence, but play with it. Again, as I've said in my other videos, have a plan for what you want your Demon Prince to do and work with that plan. Make a plan before you go when you're building your list. I want him to do this, or I want him to do that, and give him the items and things that best support your plan, and then go with that plan. Having a plan when you go into the battle is the best way to go. But like I said, Miasma of Pestilence probably the best overall one that you can give him. He only gets the 1, so being able to use that effectively on different Death Guard units and himself makes a big difference. All right, so that about wraps it up for the Demon Prince. Again, I do recommend him as a Warlord or a HQ unit. I like to take him with Typhus, but I usually make him the Warlord. I think he's more flexible. I think you have more options in order to plan him. Again, plan your work and work your plan, but he's great for 180 points flying all around the battlefield and just tearing into people. He can pretty much take down most characters as long as you get the charge. I mean, if you put him up against Slam Hammer and he gets charged, he's probably not going to last very long, but he's very killy and he can take down most characters. Second thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, a while back, this was a few years ago, I was underway on a deployment on a Dutch ship. I met a couple of really cool guys that play 40K in the Netherlands. They have a website called Alliance Open. It's on Facebook, where they do all kinds of tournaments over there in the Netherlands across the pond. So if I have any fans across the pond, please go check that out. It's the Alliance Open. It's on Facebook. I'll put a link in the description so you guys can click on that and check it out. I think they just did a huge tournament. They have another one planned in May. These are really good guys. And again, not getting anything for this or from them. They're just good friends of mine, and you know, we try to help each other out. We got some deployment time together, so you know how that rolls if you've ever been in the military. But good guys, check out their website. I'll put the link in the description. It's good to be back making videos. I had to get a new computer. I'm getting new graphics. I have to figure out a whole bunch of stuff. I'll get this video, hopefully when this video gets up, everything will be taken care of. If you like this video, please send me a like and subscribe for more videos of the Play Den. And until next time, It's Tony saying to win all your battles in life and on the tabletop. See you guys later.